IHeartEveryone here with more Dr. Dekker, and we are talking to our deeply troubled boy, Bryce. And we've got a lot of greens. Got so many greens. Let's go to in his basement.
I've been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time.
Apparently.
I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
I asked about chained, but when she was chained.
I don't know what you're getting at.
Yeah, he doesn't know what I'm getting at when I ask about her being chained. The girl was chained? What was she chained to?
No, sorry.
How did you get the girl out?
I don't know.
How did you get the girl out of her chains?
I've nothing interesting to say about that.
Alright, well, I don't know why chained is italicized if nothing to do with chains is being followed up with, but whatever. Spying on Dr. Dekker.
I didn't need an extra hour to realize Dr. Dekker was strange.
Okay. Feeling uneasy?
Don't know.
Feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker. Alright. What else do we have?
I've been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home. One night, the basement door was open, and Dekker was returning upstairs. I skipped past him, and there she was, a girl. It was difficult to tell. It was dark, and she was chained.
Why was she chained?
I don't know what you're getting at.
I don't know what I'm getting at either. It's just... there's so much. So much. How long were you spying on Dr. Dekker? Alright, what is the story?
I believe that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man, and so should you. I know you record these sessions, Doctor. I'm not going to be filmed saying I wanted him dead. But I did, and so should you. And Doctor, if I wanted to kill anyone,
Right.
I'd do it in the midnight hour, wouldn't I? And when was Dekker murdered?
Let's see. I know it was before midnight, but let's see. He was murdered between 8:30 and 10:30, and it was discovered at 10:20. Dr. Dekker was murdered between 8:30 and 10:30. Dr. Dekker was murdered before midnight. How did it start
I
off?
believe that Dr. Dekker was a true...
Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man? Bryce, I don't know what to do.
I don't know who it is. My initial thought was that it was you. that I told you about my affliction and somehow you'd got it too. Now I think maybe it's the military or some organization that wants to use the hour themselves. Maybe it's Dr. Dekker risen from the dead. I need to talk to you about him.
Dr. Dekker risen from the dead?
Sometimes a grave I've dug becomes undug. People blame it on grave robbers. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe the grave was undug from the inside out, not the outside in. Only a grave digger would know.
No follow-up there. Let's see. Let's take a look at this.
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though. No evidence of what he'd done. But she was free. I saved her. I'm not evil.
You're not evil? Okay. Sat her in the police station.
In simple terms, I've got nothing to say.
Got nothing to say. What else? I'm so bad. So bad with memories.
I spied on Dr.
That's
Dekker.
the wrong one.
I removed the chains, dressed her, and sat her in the police station. There's no evidence, though.
Right. No evidence?
No, I didn't feel lustful, Doctor. I was angry.
Okay.
If I had taken pictures, there would at least been some evidence. A sicker man would have taken pictures and saved the day.
Okay. Look at destroying
I believe
people.
that Dr. Dekker was a truly evil man.
Right.
And so should you. I know you record these sessions, Doctor. I'm not going to be filmed saying I wanted him dead.
I record these sessions?
That means nothing to me.
Alright. Let me look at the drop down thing. Oh yes, the paper spike. And did you bear? Oh yeah, that's right. I was supposed to ask him that.
Dr. Dekker frequently used that paper spike on his desk as an example. I'm sure he did it with the other patients too. He'd make me look at it, touch the point to see how sharp it was. He'd tell me that because I think it's sharp, it will hurt me. But if I thought it was nothing, it could pass right through my hand.
It could pass through your hand?
In the last couple of sessions I had with him, he put the spike through his hand. He'd be grinning at me while he was doing it. No blood, no nothing. He tried to make me do the same, but I wouldn't.
Alright, no follow-up there. Did you bury David Castleford?
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered.
Is that why your
I do
arm
remember
hurts?
her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Agitated?
Is that supposed to mean something?
Claire, how do I freaking spell Claire's name? Alright, yeah, that's right. Claire seemed agitated.
I've nothing interesting.
What do you say? Port aft side. Sprained. Bare ankle.
I find using nautical terms to describe the position of pallbearers fitting. Plus, most of them are 3 sheets to the wind. You know, drunk.
What else? What other words did he say? But the coffin was heavy. The coffin was heavy.
I don't know.
Okay, let me look at that again.
I'm actually a classically trained pallbearer. There are a lot of health and safety considerations. Not everybody can do it. Well, properly at least. Occasionally I step in if the funeral director is short-shouldered. I do remember her face. She wasn't upset in the usual way. She seemed agitated. Her husband must have been a giant. The coffin was so heavy. I remember because aft port side sprained his ankle. That and he wasn't lifting correctly.
Wasn't lifting correctly.
That means nothing to me.
Alright.
Yes, Vienna.
I still don't know what he is saying there. What do you think of Claire?
Don't know.
Alright. Her husband must have been a giant.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Yeah, a giant.
I don't know what you're getting at. I'm actually a classically trained...
What's that about? Paul Bearer? Alright. Do I have any other things here? Oh, okay.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Doctor. I saw Claire Castleford's husband in the coffin myself before carrying him to the grave. He is in the ground. I'm sure it wouldn't take much for the police to get an order to have him exhumed. Just make sure it's done on Tuesday morning when I'm off.
Huh. Well, Bryce is Amber now. I should tell Claire Bryce says her husband is in the ground. Okay. Let's see. There's no follow-up to that. Okie doke. Let's look at Dr. Dekker.
I spied on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw in his basement.
Alright, I asked about the basement. You're not sure you should tell me what you saw?
No, sorry.
Why did you spy on Dr. Dekker? Yes, I'm gonna ask her a hint. There's a lot of things. Has he ever killed anyone in Midnight Hour? We asked that. Well, I guess it was more of an indirect thing. Have you ever killed anyone in the midnight hour?
No, I've never killed anyone. But then, even if I had, I'm not likely to tell you about it, am I, Doctor?
No. I wish we could be on that sort of level where we just tell each other everything, but, you know, it's fine. I understand. I understand. Trust isn't easy to gain. Let's see. Where are the greens? Alright. Look at Dr. Dekker one more
I spied
time.
on Dr. Dekker not long before he was murdered. I'm not sure I should tell you what I saw.
Let's see. not long before he was murdered.
In simple terms, I've got nothing to say.
Nothing to say. Alright, well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna ask for another hint. You've been spying on me in the extra hour. Okay. Have you been spying on me?
I never spied on you at midnight. But if you start acting strange,
Oh no.
maybe I will.
Okay. Oh man. Do any of you have like a character that, like, realistically there's not really any good reason for you to like them, but you can't help but love them anyway? They're just on like this huge pedestal that no matter what, it just can't be breaking down. I probably have like 30 characters that I love that are like that. So many murderers. I'm not sure what to do. Dr. Dekker no longer has a follow-up, which makes sense because he talked about the spying. Alright, in his basement. I think it's just in his basement. Unless I missed something. There wasn't anything in notes that I had asked about, right? Pretty sure we already asked about all the note stuff. Alright, wait, where was it? I lost it. There it is.
I'd been feeling uneasy with Dr. Dekker for some time. I mentioned how he'd changed before, so I began spying on him at home.
How he'd changed before?
That means nothing to me.
How he'd changed?
I've nothing interesting.
Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Hint! Who was in the basement? I should, talk to other patients and check my notes. Maybe I can come to Bryce later with more information about who the girl is after I ask other patients about him. Because I'm pretty sure I've already asked him who the girl was, and he didn't have an answer for that, but just in case, who was in the basement? Yeah. Alright, so I'll move on from Bryce and talk to someone else in the next episode, so I hope to see you then. Bye!